Well, do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 77, year 3. Today, we're going to talk about my very brief run in the WSOP 5 Diamond. We're going to talk about the Covidiots. We're going to talk about me and my investment in a Texas poker room and anything else you want to talk about. The Mouthpiece is next. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Mouthpiece. So, what's going on? Why am I coughing? Because I'm eating while I'm talking to you guys. And, oh, shut up, Flash. We are, what are we doing? So, let's go with the 5 Diamond tournament yesterday. 2 days ago, Wednesday. Day 1, I wasn't going to play. Helmuth talks me into playing. And I talked him into playing 2 events. He got second in, so I said, whatever. Because as you guys know, I'm really against unlimited re-entries, max re-entries. It's just all a joke. So anyway, I get there at 5 o'clock. They're at the 3,600 level, and I'm an alternate. I don't get in for like an hour and a half. By the time I get in, we're at the 500, and at the very end of 4 and 800, going like 5 minutes going 4 and 800, going to 5 and 10. So I had like 40 something bigs. I played 7-9 of diamonds, made a straight. Played 7-8 of diamonds, made a straight. Nobody had shit. It was all superstars at the table, including the guy who won the main event. Which I kind of figured this tournament was going to be. I mean, if you look at some of these table draws today, it's a joke. So that's why I just didn't feel like there was that many dead money. But as it turns out, there was really actually a lot of good tables. So decided to play it. Chopped up to 51 right away with those 2 straights. Nobody had anything. And then came the hand. I raised the button, king, queen of spades. Guy calls out of the big blind. Comes ace, jack, queen, all hearts. He checked. I bet 2,500. He called. Turn card 4. He checked. I checked. I did not think he had an ace. I thought he had like a pair and a fucking flush draw, or flopped a flush even. He bets like 6,800 or 7,000 on the river. I thought it was 6,000, to be honest. And I tanked for about 2 minutes and called, and he had ace jack. So that one sucked. So we were back down to like 38,000. Guy raises 2 callers. I call with 7-9 of diamonds again. This time I flop air. So now we're down to like 36,000. I then raise with ace 10 of spades. Guy behind calls 3,000. Guy in the small blind re-raises to 10-5 after he was taking some time, and I just knew he had like king jack, king queen. And then I re-raise all in 34,000, and the guy behind me decided he's going to call my 4-bet with 2 10s because I never have 8s or 9s. I have almost an overpair or ace king, ace queen almost every time. And so, of course, I never get lucky. That's the difference between me and Phil. See, Phil, he called a raise with ace jack, came jack 4-5, Berkey bet, and Phil fucking raised big, and Phil hit a jack on the turn to double up early, even though he made it halfway through day 2. He didn't go very far, but that's the difference between me and him. Anyways, So I ordered some food, so I'm going to eat kind of while I talk to you guys. Flash, shut up. And so, I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I was very interested in buying Chan's room in Texas. As it turned out, what a disaster and mess it is down there. They owe $1.1 million to players and staff. And I talked to somebody that literally was running the room, and they told me that they were just the people in. I don't want to defame Chan or anything, but rumor has it that they were stealing all the money. That Chan fucking lost all the money playing baccarat, and it wasn't good. It's not a good situation. So they ended up, I heard this week, selling it to some Indian guy. But after talking to my investors, we just figured, why would I put up $1.1 million just to get them out of debt when I could open my own room between $300 and $600K, 20 table room in Texas. So I will let you guys know when that's a go. We're going down to Texas in the second week of January to find the right location to get it. So been debating between Houston, San Antonio, El Paso, or Austin. It's looking to me like I just don't know. Maybe I really like Austin. Austin is the 10th biggest city in the United States, and they only got 5 card rooms. So, but I don't want to compete with the Lodge, and somebody else that's a well-known poker player is opening a room down there, and I really don't want to compete with that person. So I have to decide where. I priced out everything we need, almost exactly what it's going to cost. It's basically depending on what table, what kind of tables we get, what kind of chairs we get, what kind of TVs we get. We have to have the electronic system for people to swipe their card that has money on it, because they have their hourlies out there. So I really believe that I'll have the Mike Matisso's Poker Palace up and going by April in Texas. So that's the goal. I've lost 29 pounds, guys. I'm eating pretty good. I got 13 more to go. I want to get down to 200. I was 242, down to 213 now. Man, I was a fat pig. Anyway, I was, man. It's just I fit into jeans I haven't fit into since 2008, which is good. And so that's what's going on with my buying a poker room in Texas. In Houston, it's like the Wild Wild West down there. And these corrupt motherfuckers are going to end up costing so many people money because, I think the government will shut everything down in a couple of years if these guys. These people aren't spending. When people throw 10,000, they're not writing it down for IRS purposes. People are cashing in over 10,000 left and right. There's some rooms there that are raking, which is against the law. the place that opened next to Chan, the Legends Poker. I heard they're raking like $10 a hand. And dumbass people, because people are dumb as fuck. You know, I used to think I was stupid, and maybe I am. These people are dumber than shit. So even when Chan's room was open, him and his old partner got in a big fight, and the guy opened a room like 200 yards away and decided to charge no hourly time. And the sheep ran right on over there. I was like, why would I play here? I could go here for no time. Meanwhile, they're raking $10 a hand and they're paying twice as much. So that's what's going on over there. It's a complete catastrophe. There was no upside in buying Chan's room when the guy that opened the room next door has all the business. So me promoting my own self was just made more sense than getting myself involved with a complete clusterfuck where so much money was owed. So I found out from somebody that was a higher up working there that, Chan came out saying, well, my partner stole all the money while I was in Vegas. All right, that was a complete lie. That never happened. So, I don't care if he hates me or not. I really don't. I know for a fact what happened down there. I could go into real detail and really make it look ugly, but I'm not going to because, it wouldn't be fair to the guy that just bought the place for I don't know how much because he needs, if they hear what's going, you got to get the bit. I don't do that to people. Nor do I don't want to say anything bad about Chan, but, he's very responsible of what happened down there. And, people need to be held accountable, not buy their way out. So, that's what's going on at Texas Room. Flashy, is that you? Yes, Flashy's on my feet. And let's see what else is going on. So, let's check in on today's version of the COVIDiots. Hello, COVIDiot sheep. How you doing today? So as you can see, if everybody doesn't know, the vaccines do not 1%, 0 to protect you against Omicron. But Omicron is so mild that only one person in the entire earth has died from it. Yet our corrupt leaders are all over the media pushing it like there's going to be thousands of deaths and a terrible winter. I mean, let's put more people in fear. 2 years old, live with COVID and get the fuck off of it. Anyway. So, fear porn. That's what I call it. So, vaccines are supposed to... Has anybody heard of a vaccine that doesn't stop you from getting COVID? That's what I want to know. Has anybody ever heard of one? If you have, please call into the show and let me know of a vaccine that doesn't stop you from getting. No, Doug Polk did not buy it. Doug Polk is opening his own room down there, so I don't want to get into that. He'll be announcing on his show pretty soon. So, has anybody heard of a vaccine that does not stop you from getting the disease that it's supposed to? No. Jerusalem Post yesterday. Boosters and all vaccines do not stop you from getting Omicron. So, why is our corrupt government pushing vaccines and boosters on everyone? Let's see. Let's come up with an answer. Pelosi, Biden, Harris, and all the fucking commies are getting millions of dollars under the table from the corrupt fucking pharmaceutical company to censor Regeneron, ivermectin, all the vitamin D, all the things that help get rid of COVID, because they need to get their little cut from the government. So that's the truth of what's going on. I just read an article. Studies for vaccines from 2 to 5-year-olds are not working. They need a stronger dose. Anyone out there that has a 2 to 5-year-old and gives their kids a vaccine that nobody knows about is fucking child abuse. So if you want to give your 2 and 5-year-old a vaccine, good luck. I enjoy it, especially when it does nothing to stop COVID. Even the NFL today realized, oh my God, all of our players are vaccinated, yet we have 230 players on the COVID list. Oh my God, what happened? Well, what happens, what I've been saying for like 4 months, since June. The vaccines do not stop you from getting COVID. All they are is a therapeutic, just like you could get Regeneron, just like you can go get vitamin D, just like you can get zinc, just like you can get ivermectin. Ivermectin is not a horse tranquilizer. It won one of the Nobel Peace Prize or something for the best medication ever, like 9 years ago. But there is ivermectin for horses, but the fake news wants to push that one. Joe Rogan hit it best. He knows exactly what's going on. You want to know what's going on? Follow Joe Rogan. Even he knows what's going on. But the COVIDiots, they just keep believing whatever the fake news, the media, and the government tells them. You guys, our government is corrupt. Even when Trump was in office, it was corrupt. We have a corrupt media and a corrupt government. Get that through your heads. This is what we have. There is no maybe we do have, maybe we don't have. This is what we have. Why did my thing all go out here? The fuck?
You plugged in?
Huh?
You plugged in the power?
Yeah. I'm plugged in. No, the computer's... Oh, here we go. Let's back up. So, I'd like to see people call in my show today and want to argue with me that I don't know what I'm fucking talking about, because I do know what I'm talking about. I'm very educated on the subject. I'm just not a fucking sheep. I'm not a sheep. You guys see the shirt? Sheeple. What does it say? Let's see. Sheeple. Can you read it for me? Danny, what does it say?
I can't read the whole
Yeah.
thing from here. If you lean back, I can see it.
Sheeple is a fucking noun. It says, can you read this, buddy? Come on, man. I can't fucking see it. There it is. You guys can fucking read it.
Yeah, if you lean back, they can read it.
There you go. You guys fucking read it. There you go. This is my favorite shirt to wear. This is what all you motherfuckers who don't know what's going on, that have no problems just giving up your entire life for and be at the mercy for government. There you go. There you go, guys. And they will continue. Like I joke around, well, when you're going to get your 4th booster, your 5th booster, your 6th booster, your 7th booster. It's just a fucking joke. Brandon, you are going to get fucking banned if you keep fucking typing in nonsense that you know nothing about. I've been really cool to you, so just fucking educate yourself. Anyways, I think Brandon's about ready to get kicked out. Let's take a vote in the chat. You guys had enough of Brandon. Should we fucking kick him out? You guys tell me.
At the same time, we don't like to censor free speech.
Yeah, we don't. You're right. We're not fucking the Democrats. We don't fucking censor free speech. That's a good point. Very good point there, Danny. Very good point. You know, it's a very good point. That's what they do. We don't censor free speech on the Mouthpiece. You guys say whatever the fuck you want. It's all good. Anyways, we're down to the bread. I'm going to have 2 of these. Maybe 1. Anyways, so here's my thought process. Tell me who agrees. Yes, we'll take some call-ins. No, we don't block chat. Free speech is fine here on the Mouthpiece. Danny's right. You know, if you guys want to fucking go after him, you guys can. I don't. We're not communists here. So here's my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. Since none of these athletes, none, zero, not 1, 0, are at risk of dying from COVID, I say quit testing everyone and just let everyone play. Because 90% of them are asymptomatic. And even if they're symptomatic, who gives a fuck? They're not going to kill anybody. Let them all play. Then we can live with COVID. I mean, do they put people on the I've got a cold list? I mean, do they? I mean, I watched Michael Jordan play with a 98, 99 fever. He had a fever. Did they put him on the I've got a fever list? Well, since COVID ain't going to kill any of these athletes, because it's just not, because it's just a mild, it's just a stronger version of a flu, that's all I say. Let them all fucking play. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, let's go, Brandon. You know what? I thought it was out of line, though, when Biden was visiting the disaster in Kentucky and people started chanting, let's go, Brandon. It's just not right. Not a good place to be, whether you like him politically or not. You can't be doing that, when he's trying to help people. So I was really against that let's go, Brandon chat down there. And for anybody, Brandon, I don't know where you get your news from. Like, what do you watch? MSNBC all day? There's no other channel you could be watching besides MSNBC. Anyways, where are we at before I was interrupted?
Talking about the Let's Go Brandon thing.
Oh, yeah. So people that don't know what Let's Go Brandon means or where it came from, it's actually pretty funny. So this guy, Brandon, won this race, NASCAR race. And in the back, the crowd after the race, they all started chanting, fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Okay. And the lady who was interviewing Brandon says, oh, listen, Brandon, they're all saying, let's go, Brandon. Right? So you got support from the crowd. And it was just funny. If you haven't seen the video yet, look it up, Google it, where this guy Brandon is interviewed. Just say, Brandon interview, fuck Joe Biden, right? And it's so obvious they were yelling, fuck Joe Biden. But the fake news person's like, listen to the crowd. They're yelling, let's go, Brandon. So that's where that came from, in case anybody didn't know. So, anyways, that's where it came from. And, so let's see. We covered my disastrous. Oh, home game has been good. I jumped in it 5 days after the World Series, blew my brains out, lost 24,000, was sick to my stomach over it, took another 5 days off, got all that back, plus another 15,000. So that's been good. So I made it I'm up 15 since the World Series. Lost 10 in the tournament yesterday, but somebody had half of me. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. Really sucked that this guy called with 2 10s, like 34, 5 big blinds. I mean, I'm going to have it's just going to be a flip at best every time, except for 1 out of 1,000, and this happened to be the one. But anyways, whatever, is what it is. What else are we missing? There's something to talk about. We can talk about some sports. I think we talked about that. The NFL has moved the Cleveland game from Saturday to Monday, and the Sunday games for Philadelphia and the Rams to Tuesday, which is only fair. And you know what? I mean, even though I live in Las Vegas, I thought it was very, very wrong of what Mark Davis said today. He's like, them canceling the game till Tuesday or till Monday gives us an uncompetitive advantage. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? So an uncompetitive advantage is them playing and the other team missing 25 players. That's an uncompetitive advantage, okay? And then they're like, well, they said people would forfeit games if they got COVID. Yeah, that was before Omicron and the whole entire world is getting COVID. So, Mark Davis, shut the fuck up. Anyways, yeah, work on fucking getting better players for your team, since you are the worst team in football the last 6 weeks. You're dead last in every category. Dead last in first down, dead last in points, dead last most points given up, dead last in turnovers, dead last 6 games. You are dead last. Work on your fucking team, dumb fuck. Anyways, so that's the Raiders. So what's going on there? Basketball is interesting. Steph Curry broke the 3-point record, and that was really cool. So now I'm going to make y'all laugh. So Steph Curry breaks the 3-point record. Phil Hellmuth calls me on the phone. He goes, who's the best shooter in the world in the NBA? I said, Steph Curry. Who's the best 3-point shooter? I said, Steph Curry. And then Phil goes, who's the best poker player in the world? I am. Phil,
my ROI is the best ROI in history. I'll say that.
Oh my God, it was so funny, man. You have to understand. Somebody just asked why podcast isn't on Spotify anymore. It's also, I heard it wasn't on Apple. What the fuck's going on?
I'll explain it to you later, but we're fixing it.
Oh, you're fixing it? Mm-hmm. Well, okay. When are you going to fix it? I've heard this now for a month.
It'll be done by the weekend.
Ooh, it'll be done by the weekend. Do you hear that, guys? Ooh, this overpaid motherfucker's going to do some work. Get it done. Cocksucker. Anyways, it ain't Carr's fault. I mean, it ain't really even... I mean, they lost their best receiver and their tight end. I mean, they have nobody to throw to. So the defense is on the field the whole time. So it's really not that... Phil hasn't won bracelet number 17. He's only won 16. But he blew number 17. That makes you feel better. Yeah, Phil owns my soul. Phil doesn't give me any money. Phil and me don't. I mean, he should have gave me a lot of money when he won $1 million in 2 tournaments that he wasn't going to play. Phil's got too much money to give me any money. I don't need any money. I'm fine. It's like I went for the second bread roll. Motherfucker. I have to get rid of this. Anyways. Yeah, the people in the box are always snowflakes there, Chris. You didn't know that by now? I couldn't have told you that. The Brandon character is the biggest snowflake in the box. He is like, he always reads word for word whatever he watches on MSNBC, right? There's no faker news channel on MSNBC. It's 100% propaganda, not even 99%. And he's too stupid to understand that. One day he will. I guarantee you, I'll lay odds. I'll bet anyone in this chat that within 2 years, this fucking Brandon jerk-off is going to fucking say, Mike, I finally got educated, and everything you said was correct, and I apologize for how uneducated and stupid I was.
How are you ever going to verify that?
Oh, he'll just type into me. He'll say, Mike, you're right. It's going to happen. He's going to reach outside his box. Once he realizes what everybody's talking about, I mean, there's a reason why right now, if there was a poll, that the GOP is going to win 70 seats more than in the next upcoming election, and they're going to take the Senate back. And in a hypothetical, if Trump runs, he's 11 points favored over anyone. That I don't want him to run. I don't want that fucking idiot back in office. I know his policies were great, but you could put somebody in there that's not a fucking moron that'll push the same policies. So all the people that are Trump supporters that are watching, they need to understand they stole it the first time. I'm sure of it. They'll steal it the second time. So, if he runs again, that means he doesn't believe they stole it the first time. That's just the truth. So he better not run again. Anyways, I'm done talking. Let's take some fucking phone calls.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live.
What up? 702-329-0480. It's Friday night. Give me a call. See what you want to talk about. 702-329-0480. Hit me up. We'll talk about whatever you want. We'll go from there. Where'd Flash go? He always wants to be on TV. He must be tired of eating so many fucking treats. Flashy! You old fuck. Where'd you go? I don't know. Flashy's doing really good. I mean, yeah, he's doing really good. Me personally, I joined a bunch of dating sites trying to find somebody. That's been very interesting. Trying to find somebody young so I can possibly have a family. But everybody on the dating site, which is like, I don't even know how many of them, that they're all in their late 40s, early 50s. So, but a lot of them are real pretty, but I'm gonna spend at least a couple months trying to find somebody younger that might want to love me and have some family with me. Probably nobody, but you never know what you can find. Yeah. You just go and just click on hundreds of people. Eventually some dumbass chick says, hey, that guy's pretty cool. Let's go for him. And they realize I'm a fucking dickhead, and then they run away. No, I'm not a dickhead. They all know. Hey, let's get this call. Yeah, welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. What's going on? Yo, 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 hung up on me. Yeah, we'll open Brandon Wong University. That's really, that'll be real good news. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, actually, I think you should fucking call MSNBC and see if they'll give you a job. You'll fit right in with them. You really would. You really would. You would be like, you could just repeat all their talking points over and over like a sheep, and you'll have a job. You probably don't have a job now. Most people are living in their mommy's basement that talk like you. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have a job, but I doubt it. MSNBC will hire you. Anyways, what the fuck? It's Friday night. There's no football going on. There's dumbass bowl games. Where is everyone? You know what? Friday night late has always been slow when we do it on Friday, hasn't it? I think it's Saturday or Thursday. Yeah. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike. Yo, 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 and a yo, 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 and you're another. Hello. What the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers, man? You know what? I don't give a fuck. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'll just fucking go lay in my bed and tell you all to go fuck off.
Did you want to congratulate the guy that had 1% of you in the main event?
Oh, yeah. I got to send him his money. What was his name?
I'll call him up right now.
No, I have to. He tweeted me. I got to give him money. I got to give.
Oh, he was texting the number.
Yeah, I got to. You know what the truth of the matter is? We're 1 month out of the World Series, and I haven't even paid anybody who has had a piece.
I've got all of his info.
How about people that had a piece of the dealer's choice? How about people who had a piece in the I cashed like every one of them. What?
Yeah, we gotta get to all of them too.
Yeah, what do we have? What do we have here? Hold on, I gotta send money out. That's what we need to do.
We've got 1% of dealer's choice guy. Right?
Okay, what else we got? Main event, dealer's choice. What else did I cash in on there? Oh, there he is. Come here, Flash. Come on. Don't be lazy. You're only 20. Come on, jump on up. Good boy. Come on. Come on, you jump. I'm not picking you up. No. All right, I'll pick you up. This fucking lazy ass cat. Lazy ass cat. Here, put this over there so Flash doesn't fucking jump in it. Hello, Flash. Come say hello to all your fans. Come on, Bubbas. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. There he is. There's the little guy. He's got a birthday coming up. January 16th, his 20th birthday. We're going to throw Flash a podcast birthday party for his big 20th. Oh my God! You know what a milestone? That's almost like a human turning 100. Almost, you'll be 97 in human ages on January 16th. That's awesome, and hopefully he'll make it till birthday 21, and then that'll make him exactly 101. I think he's gonna live to be about 110. This cat, he's amazing. He's just such a good boy, and he's doing so good. The doctor, he went for a visit. The doctor said how good he's doing. He's gained 2.5 pounds too. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. What's up? I mean, really? It's got to be.
This is that same.
It's the same number, isn't it?
Well, it's an unknown number, but.
Yeah, we have some dumb fuck. It's probably fucking Brandon with nothing else to do. Yeah. We're gonna throw a birthday for Flash. We'll have a birthday. We'll have all kinds of little balloons and lots of his. We'll watch him eat the party mix from Friskies. They go crazy for it. I'll put him on. I'll dress him in a birthday hat and he'll go crazy. You guys will laugh your ass off. Like these cats, they eat party mix like it's going out of style. It's pretty crazy. There's 77 people watching here today, which is about half what we usually have on our live broadcast. But don't be shy, man. Give us a call. Brandon, you could even call me. You know, we won't talk politics. You can call me. It's okay. I won't bite. Who's Richard and Sal from the Stern Show? I don't know. Is Flash vaccinated? Now that's funny. Yeah, man, I brought him in to get a booster also. I stuck it right in his fucking ass, and he liked it. He's a gay cat. He's fucking, him and Ace are gay. They just lick each other all day. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Texas, the games are great out there. It's just a little bit crazy out there. I have no idea, Monkey Magic, what's in Party Mix. I really don't. I just know that I asked my cousin, who's been a cat guy forever. He says it's like giving an adult crack and giving a kid candy. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. What's up? Do you think our phone lines are fucked up?
They might be. Someone
Well, they keep hanging up, so it sounds like you're answering. Why don't you call the phone line?
Okay.
See if I answer. See if it works.
I'm resetting it right now.
Well, why reset it? Why don't you call first and see if it works?
Because I think it is broken.
Oh, you think it's fucked up? You don't think it's people like fucking pocket dialing us?
It's never happened before.
Yeah. Daniel Waters, we have I've got 4 different people that are going to be running the poker room. I know it's a 24/7 deal. I've got I can't really announce it right now, but I've got some big time guy that's probably going to be the main guy. Then I've got 2 others. One guy I've known for 30 years, another that's opened a lot of room, that knows how to teach dealers, that knows how to run a room. And then the guy who is investing the money with me, and then me. So there's 4 of us, and then the guy I've known 40 years, one of his best friends. So there'll be 5 of us in on the project, in charge to make sure that nobody steals anything, and everything's on the up and up. And who are my favorite poker players from the new generation? That's a good question. Who do I like the most, or who do I think is best? Yeah, the Gazelle Maxwell trial, they're going to throw the book at her, and you're never going to know what happened. She didn't testify today, and they'll shut her down for life. Either that, or they'll put her in witness protection program, or they'll kill her, one of the two. I knew she would never take the stand. She ain't going to. She knows if she outs anybody that her life's over. So it is what it is. She's innocent, completely innocent. She's a patsy for the fucking corrupt people that killed fucking Epstein. They needed somebody to take a fall. And it had nothing to do with Trump or Clinton's or anything like that. They killed him over what he knows about Prince Andrews. It's all about Prince Andrews. It's all about Bill Gates, who was on that plane 17 times. And it's all about Prince Mohammed bin Salman. These are the 3 that went to Epstein Island. These are the big... Why does this always shut down? Do you understand why? It just does this like 2 times an episode. You know?
Maybe because you're not touching it.
No, maybe because... Oh, yeah, that could be it. Yeah, because it shuts down in my room, too. Well, how do I tried to change the settings on it, but I couldn't find it. Do you know where it's at there, buddy?
I know where it's at.
Oh, okay. You know where it's at? All right, good. Yeah, so, the funny thing is when they tried to kill Epstein the first time, and he survived, he was swearing up and down he never tried to kill himself, that a guard or another roommate tried to kill him. So the guy told people the day before he was not suicidal, and sure enough, they killed him the next time. It's all about what it's 99%, 90% Prince Andrews. 80% Prince Andrews, 10%, 15% Bill Gates, and 5% Mohammed bin Salman. If not, it could be 80, 10, 10. Fuck, it could be 80% Bill Gates and 10% Bill Andrew. Either way, it's all about Bill Gates, and fucking Bill Gates a bad guy, by the way. I mean, I don't know if you watched me on Twitter, I sent that 2-hour video talking about Gates' involvement in the pandemic. It's pretty fucking horrifying. Well, of course you're going to say she's guilty, Brandon, because the fake news is telling you that. Think for yourself, sheep. Welcome to the Mouthpiece, is Mike. I mean,
It's the same fucking. We did this call.
can you call it from your fucking phone, dummy, and see if I answer?
I did.
And what happened?
It worked.
It worked? What are you calling?
Number we missed.
Oh, we missed a call? Sure it wasn't one of the people that...
Your call has.
It's definitely... Monkey Magic knows. It's definitely about Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew's fucking raped God knows how many underage girls. You know, it's all about Prince Andrews. And it's about fucking Bill Gates, too. The fucking wife divorced him. She found out he was on the Lolita Express 17 times, right? He's richest guy. He's a fucking... I can't even say what he is. I used to think that Bill Gates was like the greatest guy in the world. I had no idea what a douchebag that guy was. Do some reading. Listen, for all you people out there, welcome to the Mouthpiece, is Mike. This person's just fucking look. Don't worry about it, man. We don't need this shit, man. It's just fucking douchebag after douchebag. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, Adamo's the best this year. Let me know how he is next year. Okay, every year one of these high roller fucks goes on a roll and everybody thinks they're God. So, yeah. But as of right now, I like your list. If this is the same thing, we're just going to shut the phone calls down.
It's a real number.
Oh, it is. Welcome to the Mouthpiece, is Mike.
Oh, hey, Mike, I got through to you. That's awesome.
Well, we got a bunch of idiots calling and hanging up. What can we do?
I'm here, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, I really appreciate you. You're a legend. I think one of the things about poker these days is there aren't a lot of personalities like you and Phil and, those guys that stood out like Johnny Chan and all that. What do you think about these young guys like Andrew Nemi?
I like him.
The guys that are,
Yeah.
Do you think guys like that are going to fix that problem, or are we stuck with these masses of kind of faceless
I think you're
people?
pretty much stuck with the robots, because you got to remember, 90% of all these great up-and-coming players that are robots and GTO wizards and all that shit, they were geeks in high school. They were they stood behind the computer their whole life, and then they found poker. They have no personality. They have no skills. They have no people skills. Okay, and it's tough to.
Yeah.
It'll take years for them to understand people skills. Like when I first met Jungle Man, he's autistic, so he had no people skills, and now he's like flamboyant and one of the best, funniest people to be around. But that took 12 years, to where he's like almost 35, 36 now. Maybe even 37, but now he's one of the funniest guys in poker. But most of these kids, most of these new up and comers, they're just studying spreadsheets, studying GTO, studying as many charts as they can to learn poker. But all I know is look at the World Series this year. I mean, Daniel and Phil got top 3 player of the year, right? I mean, if I had any luck, I would have been right up there. I still finished 61st out of God knows how many thousands of people for player of the year. And, Daniel studies a lot, okay? But Phil's never done a sim in his life. Neither have I.
No.
And, so that's, it's really... I mean, I'm not knocking the new generation because I think it would benefit me to learn what they know, but it doesn't matter.
Sure.
If you don't have instincts, if you don't have that it factor, that talent, that ability to pull the trigger when you see something that isn't right, it doesn't matter how good you are at math and GTO. You're just not gonna, if you're playing against somebody like Daniel, me, or Phil, or Ivy, or people who are great at picking up live reads, I mean, it just doesn't matter, So.
Who do you think, if you had to name someone in kind of the upcoming generation that had what you guys had, who would it be?
Probably the guy that, from what I hear, the guy that won the World Series, Alderman. I mean, he's a regular on the high roller circuit. D-Neg says he's a fantastic player. I played with him at the 5 Diamond yesterday. Seemed like a nice guy. Doesn't really talk much, but you know, he seems pretty fucking good to me. That's pretty much it. That's my. Hey,
Mike.
Yeah.
I got a book on Amazon. I want you to read
Sure.
The Chaos Principle by Nathan Johnson, free right now, and I would be honored if you read it.
Sure. Write that down there, Danny. Say that again.
The Chaos Principle. If you get it in the next 2 days, it's free on ebook.
Do me a favor.
By Nathan Johnson.
Yeah, text it to me on our Mouthpiece podcast number, and I will.
Yeah, let me do that. All right.
I'll definitely do that. Now, for everybody else, for you, and you brought up a book, and here's one you should go buy and read. It's by Bobby Kennedy. It's called The Real Dr. Fauci. It's a number one. It's the number one seller on Amazon, on New York Times bestseller right now. And if you read that, I promise you'll understand what's going on in the world right now. So it's a fucking. Yeah. It'll take you like almost a month to read. It's like over 1,000 pages, but you'll learn a lot. I'll tell you what. It's a great book.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was an honor to talk to you, Mike.
You got it. Thanks for calling. Take care.
All right. See you, man.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, so for all you sheep in chat or listening to the show right now, I really, 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 really advise you guys to check out the new Bobby Kennedy book called The Real Dr. Fauci. It'll tell you about all his involvement in the AIDS epidemic, how many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people he killed with AZT, which he knew didn't work, and what he's involved with gain of functional research, how he was responsible for the pandemic, and what's going on today in the world. So anybody out there, go order. You can order it on Amazon. Bobby Kennedy, The Real Dr. Fauci, and then read that book, and then then come back to me and tell me that half the things I say are crazy, because they're not. Okay. You guys got to just educate yourself. You guys act like I don't. Some of you guys act like that I don't spend time educating myself, but I do. Welcome to the Mouthpiece, Mike. What up?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How's it going, man?
Oh.
Turn your volume down.
Oh.
Yo.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually I'm calling you on Skype from Mexico.
Oh, awesome. What part of Mexico?
Mazatlan.
Oh my God, I love Mazatlan. I was there like 3 times.
Mazatlan's great. You've been down here?
Yeah, I've been there 3 times. One of my favorite places, actually. I heard it's not that safe anymore. I hadn't been there in like 15 years.
No, it's completely safe.
Oh, it is?
Completely
okay.
safe.
Oh, okay. I figured.
I've been down here for years. And I'm a lot safer walking around here than in Vegas.
Well, of course. I mean, you can't go anywhere in the United States. It's completely crime-filled everywhere, and that's because our leaders don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, I know, but the thing is, when you come out and you say, there's a lot of crime in Mexico.
Well, no, I asked you if there was. I asked you.
Yeah, but there's a lot of propaganda going on to Canada and to the United States. Don't come to Mexico. It's all crime.
Yeah.
It's all crime, right?
Yeah.
That's all bullshit.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured it's all bullshit.
It's total bullshit.
Yeah, because you know what? I said when I heard that, I said, that doesn't seem right to me. Because, I went there on the cruise lines 3 times. I went on a cruise, that Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, what's the other leg that we went into? Whatever it was. And it was we had so much fun, and then somebody and I said to myself, well, how could it be Mazatlan? It can't be much crime there. I'm like, it's a tourist attraction. They can't afford there to be crime there. You see what I'm saying? So
well, yeah, that's true to a lot of destinations in Mexico, like Los Cabos and out in Cancun. But the thing is about Mazatlan, it's a working city. It doesn't depend on on tourism. Tourism makes up like 30 maybe 40% of the economy here. Whereas in Los Cabos, it's like 90% of the economy.
Right.
This is a real port here. They got all kinds of tuna fishing boats going out, shrimp boats going out. They're a huge port for the Pacific side of Mexico, and it's a real city. And so I live down in the in Centro, which is historic Centro, and it's all colonial buildings and whatever. It's the only colonial city in Mexico on the beach.
Oh wow!
Everywhere else, all the colonial cities are back up in the country to be cool. I mean, temperature-wise, to get away from the humidity and the heat. So you can't find any. That's what makes Mazatlan unbelievable. Is that the small little colonial section down in Olas Altas, the beach here, it's a paradise. But
I've been there. What's the name of that crab shack? I go there. I go there every time I go there. Forgot.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what part of the beach. It's probably on the beach, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
On the beach where the boats used to go. There's this crab shack there that's supposedly the best in town. I went there twice. It was so good.
No, it escapes me. But restaurants down here, like there are a dime a dozen, and there's in 5 years I've seen it's like 60% of them come and go. Some of them stick around, and it's really tough on the beach because competition is crazy. But it's incredibly good to eat down here. I mean, you get some really good deals. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm going to be in Mexico on February 19th in Cabo for Super Bowl weekend. We rented the place we went to in 2019, Rusty Wallace's mansion. There's like 11 of us going down there. Last time we were there, it was just an amazing week. So we're looking forward to that. So I love Cabo. I go there all the time. But this is we do Super Bowl weekend. This will be the second time in the last 3 years we went to this place. So looking forward to it.
Well, you're always going to have a good time in Mexico. Can we talk poker for a second?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'm a Canadian. I'm down here and I'm stuck here. I'm unvaccinated.
Okay.
So my country is screwed me up totally. If I go back to my country, they won't let me leave.
They're communists, bro. They're fucking communists.
It's completely. I'm so ashamed of my country. I can't believe they've done this.
But what they've done is not. Just imagine what they've done in Canada. Times it by 100, and those are the people who live in Australia. Okay, and
Australia.
I mean, what they've done. That's insanity.
Listen to some of the leaders, some of these people that are in charge of the territories and stuff. They're insane.
They're talking like they talk like I mean, they're literally in Australia arresting you if you go out of your house to walk your dog without a mask. Okay, they are putting people in fucking COVID concentration camps if they think you have COVID. They are trying to keep the country COVID free, which is like almost impossible. I don't even understand their thoughts. What they're doing to these people. They're putting every business out of business. These people were home confinement, like solitary confinement, 23 hours a day out of 24 for 17 weeks.
Mike, it's all about control. They're trying to take the system down. That's what they're trying to do. And guinea pigs are New Zealand, Australia, and Canada, to a certain extent.
Absolutely, and the United States. You don't think they're trying to? Listen, there's an old saying in the world: communism and socialism only works in the world if everyone is in on it. And that was their grand plan when they released COVID. And now they're trying to turn at then because they released COVID during the time where all the leaders around the world were on the right. Okay. People that gave people reason to vote out the right and vote in the left all around the world, and now they're using that power to take control over everybody's lives, and they're commies, man. I don't know what else to say. That's what they are. Read up the definition of a communist government. That's what they are.
Yeah, well, they're control freaks. They want to take control of everything, and they want to depopulate.
That's it. Depopulate and look. Go look at the video I put out on Bill Gates. Dude, he owns like anywhere from 3.5 million to 250 million of every vaccine. What do they call it? When you have every vaccine patent, and he's involved with everything. He's fucking making so much money.
The big pharma thing is completely out of control.
Yeah.
Moderna, which is one of the big ones, Moderna existed as basically like a shell company. It never had a single. You can just go and get this on Wiki. They never had a single product, not one single product, come to market until COVID came out.
Of course.
They had all kinds of patents all over the place, but they never put a product to market. And now the pharmaceutical companies, which normally in a year would make $1 billion, and they'd have to spend half $1 billion to make that. Now they don't have to spend any money. The government funds everything, and guess what? They're up to about $33 billion. And
how much of that? And how much of that $33 billion is being spread to these corrupt fucking politicians all around the country, all around the world? All of
it's been spread around because they're not doing anything. H1N1, it came, it went, in 18 months it was gone. This thing would have come and gone in 18 months. We would have already said
it'd have been gone if they didn't push.
Baby.
If they didn't push the vaccines, it had already been gone already. We wouldn't have to worry about. Wouldn't have had to worry about
so many more people would be alive. So many more people would be alive if this whole goddamn COVID thing didn't happen.
I know. That's why I tell everyone, go buy Bobby Kennedy's book, The Real Dr. Fauci, and you'll get a real learning experience of what's going on in the world. Brandon, if you read the fucking book, The Real Dr. Fauci, and you don't change your entire thought process, you'll get a free $1,000 from me. How's that, Brandon? Because that's why I got to tell these people. I got to tell these fucking sheep that don't know anything that, all they have to. Their problem is everybody's stuck in their ideology. Okay, they want to say, okay, my ideology says I want to bow down to the government, and the government is my God. And instead of looking up to God or Jesus or whatever, their God is the government, and so they want to just believe everything the government says, which nothing they say is the truth. Okay, even when Trump was in office, he lied so much. Okay, the only thing about Trump, he was a bad liar. So it was pretty obvious. But these guys just lie and lie. I could just sit there and show you things that the Biden administration put out, and now they're completely pushing it complete opposite direction because they'll do anything and say anything for political power. So COVID came around. They got Netanyahu out of office in Israel, Trump out of office here. They got, all the left was running the world, and now it's like Rear Para just said, 2021, the Great Reset, one world order in effect. And that's, I believe that, okay? And people, would you say I think I know more than Fauci? Yes, I do know more than Dr. Fauci, okay? Dr. Fauci is a evil human being, and before you run your mouth, go read the fucking book and you'll learn a lot, okay? Here's the thing is, they all want to knock you and say, you don't know nothing, you don't know nothing. Everybody half these people in the chat, they don't even read. They don't even educate themselves. They just repeat talking points from MSNBC and CNN, and then they think that's truth.
Mike, if you're a responsible citizen, how many hours a day can you put into this? There's so much stuff out there. I sometimes say to myself, like 10 or 15 years ago, or even 20 years ago, if somebody said to me, look what's happening right now, and you could give me 10,000 things right now, I wouldn't believe any one of them.
No, me neither.
Literally.
Because the media, they've completely discredited themselves. Look what they've done between the Russia hoax, the fucking fine people hoax, the Trump drank bleach hoax, the fucking, let's see, what else do we have? The Covington kid hoax, and the Kyle Rittenhouse hoax. And the Jussie Smollett hoax. I knew I was missing one. There's like 6, 7, 8 of everything they say is a lie. They push a narrative for political gain, and that's it. And then after after 10 million people watch their lie, like a month later, sometimes later, 6 months, whatever, they put a retraction. We were wrong about this. Sorry, that 500 people see. They do it over and over and over.
Can I tell you a little poker political joke?
Sure.
I'm a poker player. We have not talked any poker, and I wanted to talk poker, but this is a segue into maybe we can talk a little teeny bit of poker. But I was playing poker in Niagara Falls at Fallsview. When they still had the poker room open there, they moved it over to the other casino. But it was funny about being on the Canadian side there. I'm Canadian, but the thing is, generally speaking, in Vegas, when you're playing poker, you just can't talk too much about politics at the table.
No.
But up in Niagara Falls, and this was going back in the fall, going in. I played 6 months there every day, and the election was just coming up in November. So we're moving into the election. We're sitting there. A lot of Americans would come over from the other side and play at Fallsview, and so. We actually talked a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of politics, which you couldn't do. And so I'm playing there we were playing 2-5, and this guy down at the end of the table, he's putting together this huge pile of red chips, like $5 chips. He's putting up he has a huge wall in front of him, and so we've been playing for several hours, and this guy just unstoppable, but just grinding his way on building this thing up. And so all of a sudden,
my pill case.
He unzips his jacket and rips open, and he's got a Trump T-shirt on.
Wow!
And he goes, "I support Trump, and this is my wall."
That's
he spent hours
funny.
getting ready to unzip and support Trump, right?
Well, I mean, that's funny you say that. I mean, look at.
Yeah, I know, and the funny thing was, I just said Trump's winning. I know he's winning this election. And the reason why I knew he was winning the election was because he was going around, he was getting support. He was doing he was getting ground support. And I swear to God, they came close to cheating him out of that election. But somehow there was just too much. They overwhelmed the system.
Oh, you're talking about in 2016 or 2020?
Yeah, in 2016. Yeah, this was before. And so there was a lot of groundswell.
Well,
I could just feel it in a poker room in Canada.
Well,
I was even in the United States.
See, they thought that the evil witch was a lock because, the Democrats, the Democrats have had the media. Once you have the media on your side, it's tough to win. But what they didn't have at the time was social media, and Trump took advantage of that and got the message out, and they won. But now that social media is all they do is ban conservatives, and they're a left-wing outlet for the Democrat Party. Now they banned, I think it's something like 3.5 billion with a B impressions that were pro-Trump, pro-GOP off the internet. Now it's all censorship now. That's the biggest threatening to the country, to the world.
CNN, before the election, you would open up, you watch CNN, and they have that guy go up to the big board, and every night he would pound away. No path to victory. They go, oh, listen, they would do all these scenarios and go, oh, Trump has no path to victory. And I'm listening to this, and I'm going, you can't say this 30, 40, 50, 60 times every night, and this is a joke. This is not objective.
Well, this is what they did.
It wasn't objective.
Even in 2020, they had Biden up by 13 points and was going to be the biggest landslide ever. And the truth of the matter is by 10:30 p.m. Eastern time on election night, the election was over. The election was over, and they shut down all the counting in the 4 big swing states: Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. For an hour, and an hour later, they came back, and Biden got 99% of all the votes in that hour, and then all the rest of the votes came in equally, and that's why I challenge anybody. If anybody wants to look at the chart for the 1 hour, 1:30 Eastern to 2:30 Eastern, Go look at the charts in all 4 of the swing states when they shut down the count. People don't have any memory. They stopped the count for an hour.
Well, they never done that before.
Never in the history.
In one place. They stopped it in several states.
The election was over, and they knew it, and that's. I'm not going to go there. Then they'll demonetize me again. They already have.
Anyway,
right. We don't get no money anyways anymore.
I listen to your podcast, and I really especially like when you're streaming your tournaments.
Yeah, and I'll be doing some more of those.
I am so impressed by your game because when I watch you play poker, and I'm sort of like a semi-professional. I'm stuck down here. I can't get to Vegas anymore. Yeah. I used to go there. I was like a permanent fixture at RE. I play 6 months. And then I come back to Mexico, but I haven't been able to.
So what are you doing? You're just playing online in Mexico?
No, I can't play on. I can't win a nickel online.
Me
I don't. I've never been able to win online. It's a joke. If I play, I just kill people when I play. And I don't play for big money. I play 1, 3, and 2, 5. But I win when I can read, when I can feel the vibes. And I'm in a casino. I can't do it online. I don't know what it's all about.
I only went online because I play with a bunch of monkeys that I could beat. I mean, if I had to play with real players online, I could never win online either. So I get it. I understand.
Online is anyway. The thing is, I appreciate your game because when I watch you in some of your buy-ins, and you play with real money. I know that money means something to you. If I'm watching Daniel, he doesn't care. He goes in with king queen when he knows the other guy's got an ace.
Look what he did.
Dude,
look at Daniel. And listen, this is how fucking Phil went broke yesterday, right? Phil had like 55,000, about 27 big blinds, and Daniel raised it to 5,000. Phil re-raised it to 16,000, and Daniel re-raised 55,000 and put 4-bet Phil Hellmuth all in. Like Phil's ever 3-betting Daniel, okay, who never folds with a hand that doesn't beat ace jack. Phil had 2 queens. The flop came 4, 5, 7, ace on the turn. That's how Phil got busted to Daniel in the 5 diamond yesterday. So, I'm just.
Yeah, well, you see. But that's not, if you're a grinder and you're a pro, that's not going to put money in the bank for you. That's a losing play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like you couldn't pay the bills if you kept playing against aces when you don't have an ace, right?
Yeah. It's
because the 4, 5, 6, 7%, everybody go, oh, it's a flip. Yeah, but you're not going to make it when you're 44, 56 or you're 47, 50. You want to be the 53. You want to be the 56. But that's how professional players think. Well, they need that edge. They need that 6, 7% all night long.
I mean, I don't. Me and Phil, we think of poker a lot differently than the new generation does. Okay, they're all about taking the plus EV spots. Okay, and if they're getting 6-1 on their money and they're 3-1 dog with 1 pull, they put the money in, okay? Which you do that every time when you're playing cash because it's all math in the long run. But tournaments, I don't want to put my fucking money in 3-1 dog no matter what the pot's laying me if it's going to bust me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference between me and fucking Phil. So.
Yeah. No, I played with a
between
pro
me, Phil, and the rest of the people. Yeah,
I played with an old pro. He wrote a book. I don't know if you ever read a book. It was called Psychology of Poker Simplified.
Oh, okay.
It was an old pro. I had a copy. I reread it about 3 or 4 times, and I gave it to somebody. But that pro, he told me, he said, when it comes down to flipping, he goes, okay, you can sit there, and 20 years later, after 20 years of flips, where are you?
Yep.
You're exactly where you started.
Yeah.
Flipping is not winning. I mean, no, listen, yeah, you're going to be pushed in that situation, but that's not your edge. You want to get it in 80-20.
No shit.
That's where you make
money. I'm going to say this to you, and then I'm going to let you go because I got to take some more calls.
Okay.
When I won NBC Head Up in 2013, There was I played 3 flips in 6 matches.
Right?
I played 3. I played 3 flips in 6 matches. Okay, everybody else was playing 3 flips every match. Okay, when I final tabled the main event in 01 and 05, I fucking played 2 flips in 05, maybe 1, no 2, and none in 05 in 01. Okay, so all these people that say you need to win flips are just idiots. Okay, I sit there and maneuver chips, maneuver blinds and antes, and then I get my money in 4-1 favorite or 3-1 favorite, and that's how
right.
that's how I play poker.
Absolutely right.
Okay, I don't play for little edges. I play cash games for the little edges, but not tournament poker. Just can't do it. So, anyways, I got to go, man. Enjoy Mexico. I'll be in Cabo in February. My new friend who was just on here just got back from Cabo. So I'll see you. Well, I won't see you, but give me a call here on the Mouthpiece anytime you like. Thanks for calling.
Oh, I enjoyed very much talking to you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Listen, my man Brandon, all he does is repeat over and over fucking MSNBC talking points. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. He might be the biggest sheep that walked the earth. I mean, there's a lot of these poker players are pretty much up there too, but I don't understand why people don't do their own research. I'll never understand it. That's all I ask people to do. I don't give a fuck if you're on the left or right. Just fucking do your research. Just look at different views and look what's going on. And open your fucking eyes. The government, all they care about is money. They just want you to fucking. There's gonna be like 2, 3, 4 more boosters out. They'll be like, hey, this is booster number 7. This one's going to work for sure. Yeah. This one's booster number 8. This one will stop you from taking a shit. Yeah. Yeah, this is booster number 9. This one will stop you from getting chlamydia. Don't fucking sleep around. This is booster number 10. This one will fucking cure you from Trump derangement syndrome. See, Brandon, booster number 10's for you. Yeah. So, that's what's going on in the world. Do we have any call? How many calls we miss? None? No motherfuckers want to call me on a Friday night?
I don't know what's going on, dude.
My God, I have so many other things to do besides hang out with you and all these fucking people. I could be watching some sports. I could be talking to Rachel. I could be there's a lot of things I could be doing. There's a lot of things I could be doing. But instead, I'm talking to all my fans on here. You guys want to call me? I'm going to take 2 more fucking phone calls, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. The fuck, an hour and fucking 20 minutes, and we got 2 phone calls? Or did we get 1? No, we got 2. What the fuck? We usually get like 10 a night. What's going on? I mean, do I smell bad or something? No, I don't smell bad. Must be something else. Maybe that so many people watching are sheeps, and they saw my sheeple shirt, and maybe that could be doing it. What do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be it. Could be it, man.
Could be a lot of people at Christmas parties or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be it, man. Christmas parties? Fuck, it's the 17th. Well, what do? They do them like a week in advance?
Yeah, like company Christmas parties and shit.
Maybe I should throw a Christmas party. Who should I invite over?
Phil, for sure.
Should I invite Brandon, Uncle Andy? Let's see, who else? Who wants to come to my Christmas party in this stream? Let's see. Anybody? Talk about my diet choices. Oh, okay. Well, my favorite choice is the Adderall diet. It works the best. We got another call. I'll tell you the rest in a minute. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. What are you laughing about? Who's this? Speak up,
What's up,
sheep.
Mike?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Chris.
Chris,
Crispy Bacon.
What's going on,
in
buddy?
The chat.
What's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Good to see the new sheeple shirt.
You like it? Yeah, this is my favorite
I do.
shirt.
I called in a couple weeks ago saying I was glad you're not a big pussy. So I've called in before.
Yeah, these guys are pussies, man. I mean, I can't. Let's be honest. I mean, how could people like me and you and most of the people in my chat see what's going on in black and white, and then there's other people that they're it's like how could one side of the brain know what's going on and the other side of the brain be so stupid? I mean, I don't even know how the brain fucking works, but because I'm brainless. But I don't understand it. Can you explain? What's your opinion on it?
It's just been long-term propaganda.
Is it just
all news in the history of news in the television
is propaganda?
Whatever has always been a form of propaganda.
Agree. All of it. Both sides. I agree.
There's nobody ever out there saying, "Hey, yeah, like this good, this good, this good." It's always, if it bleeds, it leads. They're trying to terrorize you for fucking decades.
Yeah.
Terrorize you into war. Terrorize you into fearing other countries, other races.
Yep.
It's always 100% been propaganda.
Of course.
That's a fact. I could tear it apart.
Of course.
You can hear a story of a fireman saving a kitty once in a while, but the television is propaganda. So this has been a long-term effort to fuck with us, control us, lead us, divide us, mostly.
Divide us, yeah.
And especially nowadays, we got these racial tensions. You look back in history.
The racial tensions are all caused by the media. They stir up a racial fight, and then all the people go to the streets because of what they have. And it's unfair. I feel bad because I was like this my whole life. Like, if you don't know that everything you're watching on the media is a lie, you're going to believe what's happening. And so it's at no fault of their own that they all go out in the streets and they burn down everything because they're being told by the media lies of what's going on, right? So, when you have a corrupt media, you end up with this bullshit. And every 4 years, okay, they'll start a racial war. They did it in 2016, got 5 officers in Dallas killed, 3 in Louisiana. Then they did it in 2020 with the George Floyd and the other bullshit. And the thing is, this is what, for all the dumb sheep out there, right? There was a poll put out about 2 months ago, right? 61% of Democrats think police kill 1,000 unarmed black people a year, okay? In the last 130 years, there hasn't been 1,000 unarmed black people killed, okay? They average between 11 and 13, and they average between 22 and 28 white people. And they push this lying narrative to start a race war, and they do it every 4 years because they're sick fucking people. Period. That's it.
Yeah, it's historical too. So I'm a history buff. I got lots of books. I got books by commies, socialists, fascists.
Did you read the rise of the fall of the Third Reich?
I've never read that, and I don't own that. But I own a ton of books about Nazis, the right wing, the new right wing, from the left wing perspective. I haven't read that though.
Go get the book.
My point is this.
Yeah, before you speak, go buy the book Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, and you'll understand what's going on in the world right now because history repeats itself. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, so there's a book. It's by a socialist, outright socialist named Chris Harman. It's called The People's History of the World. Mm-hmm. And he talks about, and like he's a, open-faced, socialist. This is old school socialism.
Right.
He talks about, it's called the Bacon's Rebellion, and it happened in America with this guy named Nathaniel Bacon. Okay. And basically what had happened was this guy, Nathaniel Bacon, he led a rebellion because the colonizers, I think the representative, this was before we got independence from England, but there's this guy out there named Berkeley, or something like that. Berkeley.
Is he related to Berkey? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I hope not. I like Berkeley.
I love Berkey. He's a great guy.
Anyway, so this guy, Nathaniel Bacon, wanted to expand territory into Indian territory, and what he did was he got black slaves and indentured servants, which were white versions of slaves, to join forces. Now, this is coming from a history book by a socialist, so this shit wouldn't fly nowadays. But this socialist says essentially that the white indentured servants were treated exactly the same as black slaves. In fact, black slaves, they paid more for black slaves. They had a longer lifespan. They looked at them as a commodity, okay? So Nathaniel Bacon, he wants to fucking expand territory into the Indian realm, and Berkeley's like, no, we can't do that. So he gets the black slaves and the white slaves to team up and rebel, and shit starts hitting the fan. So then Berkeley, and I'm doing the short version of it. It's called Bacon's Rebellion. If you want to look it up,
is that a book?
Look it up. But I'm giving you.
Is that a book?
But
a book?
Huh?
A book called Bacon's Rebellion?
No, the actual event is called.
Okay, look that up, Danny.
But the book I got it from was written by a socialist. That's my point. Like the socialists knew what was happening back then. But Berkeley, he said he was going to do is he changed laws. So he made laws. He gave whites more privileges as indentured servants. So they got a little more hay to sleep on. They got a little more clothes. So he made sure, because of that rebellion, because black and white would work together to overthrow the fucking the crown, he made sure to create racial division. And I wish I had the book open in front of me. It's downstairs. I'm outside walking my dog. But this Harmon says,
what kind of dog you got?
The moment.
What kind of dog you got?
I got American Pit Bull.
Oh, my man. I like
Pit Bull. 5 months old.
Pit Bulls are the nicest animals ever. They get a bad rap because their brains work a certain way, and if you train them to be a certain way, they become very angry and they bite people. But if you train them correctly, they're all they want to do is lick you and love you. So
that's this dog. She's a 5-month-old puppy. Yeah. I love her to death. She ain't gonna attack shit.
Yeah, exactly.
She's gonna attack her Kong ball. But anyway, so this guy Berkeley, this is when they started codifying laws that made it illegal for blacks to associate with whites. Mm-hmm. And Harmon writes, he's like, slavery wasn't a byproduct of racism, but racism was a byproduct of slavery. So mm-hmm. they created racism to distract from classism.
Of course.
So to get them to so run that up to today. Every time this shit's going down in modern times, it's to divide us, but it's also to distract us from some other class issue. But that's when it all went down. This socialist guy, old school, again, it's called The People's History of the World by Chris Harmon. He says that it was far from they worked together. They helped each other. They had relationships. I'm talking about black and white indentured servants and black slaves. Mm-hmm. It was the fucking crown cunts that were fucking shitting all over people and all these privileged motherfuckers, right? Mm-hmm. So that they codified laws then to keep the races divided.
Right.
And that shit. And again, it was meant to distract from class issues.
Yeah.
That shit's happening now. Yeah. They're fucking making us go at each other.
Well, now they're separating us to make us hate each other by vaxxed and unvaxxed. When there is zero, and I mean zero, scientific proof that one person who's unvaxxed is causing vaxxed people to die. Okay? If the vaccines work, why would I give a fuck if the guy next door to me doesn't have vaccine? If I'm covered and I'm not going to die, why do I care if he dies? Okay? It's just, if it's a freedom of speech. It's free. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I am all in. Everyone over 65 should be vaxxed. If you're a fucking fat pig, you should be vaxxed. If you fucking eat like shit or got diabetes, you should be vaxxed. Okay? All these fucking people that are in good health under 40 years old, why would you give them a vax that they have virtually zero chance of dying from? You know what I'm saying? Like literally, they're fucking put like all these people, these sports people, like they're shutting down half the fucking NBA and the NHL and the NFL over all these COVID outbreaks. Let them all play. Who gives a fuck? None of them are going to die. None of them are. I'm a 10-to-1 better chance of dying driving from here a mile up the street to the Walmart than I do from than they do from COVID. It's just propaganda. It's all fear porn. That's all it is. I watch real porn. I don't watch fear porn. You know, I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Did you see what Biden came out today and said? If this isn't propaganda fear, because all he does is read off a prompter because he doesn't have any independent thoughts. He says this is going to be a horrifying winter. There's going to be so much death and destruction. Oh, even if that was true, I've heard it all over the place. Yeah, even if that was true, which is not, but even if it was true, why would you say that? You would only say it for one reason: to put people in fear and get more government control. That's it. Why would you possibly want people to not live their lives? Okay, it's like everybody knows the risks now. Okay, everybody knows if they're under 40 and not a fat pig and and don't have underlying conditions, and if they're not vaxxed, they're not gonna fucking die. Okay, so what's with the fear porn? People are running to get their 8, 9, 10-year-olds vaccinated. They're running. Did you see the info that came out yesterday? More people have died for age 18 to 45. Drug overdose. You saw that. Drug overdoses, cancer, car accidents.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
From fentanyl than all those things.
Wait. And suicide. All those top 5 categories that have died from COVID. Okay? But what?
I think, let me correct that. I'm pretty sure we read the same thing, and it's more people died from fentanyl than COVID, suicides, car wrecks,
correct,
and a bunch of other things. I think that's the more detailed argument.
Well, but it was said all 5 things combined. But
yeah,
the point is the government don't give 2 hoops of a fuck who dies from opioid overdose, as the borders are wide open, okay, and they don't care. They don't care about any homeless person who dies. They don't care. Hey, if they care so much about people's lives, why is McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box all open? We could just close them and we could save about 500,000 people a year, okay? 659,000 people die a year just from obesity and diabetes itself. Case fucking closed. The government gives 2 hoops of a fuck about you, and now they want to preach, give me a fucking vaccine, baby. Give me a booster. Give me another booster. Give me another booster. Yeah, I got the jab 17 times. Meanwhile,
on that same line, fucking Narcan, a pharmaceutical, is being pushed like a motherfucker, and that's the stuff they give people to resuscitate them from overdoses.
Right.
So that's their edge on that. They don't give a fuck about it because they're pumping out Narcan, making down bucks.
And listen, if the government cared, okay, they would put billions and billions into opening up rehab centers for anybody who wants to go and get themselves clean for free, okay? Instead of all the bullshit fucking welfare state and give all these people free money, free this, free that, which they do that so they can fucking vote for the left, okay? And they actually cared. They would open up centers for free that the government pays for to get everybody off drugs, but they don't care. They don't care who dies. And then they get on TV and say, we're out there to save lives. What? This 2 weeks to stop the spread is now 2 years, by the way, okay? And all it was, if you remember, 2 weeks to help stop the spread so the fucking hospitals don't get overran. Hey, like even when I'm playing at the 5 Diamond 2 days ago, right? Some leftist says to me, Mike, it's not about vaccines, it's about hospitals being overrun. Do you know the hospital ICUs in Nevada? Now, he didn't have an accent. I'm throwing an accent in there. ICUs in Nevada are at 87% capacity. And then I have to educate them and say, do you know before COVID, the ICUs are at 87% capacity? Because that's the truth, okay? Or 85%, whatever the fuck, right? And so they just believe the bullshit. There's never been one person in 2 years in the history of this country that has been denied a hospital bed, a respirator, or anything at any hospital. So it's just propaganda to keep people in fear. There is no 2 weeks to stop the spread. Look what Trump did. He got 2 fucking huge ships, one sent to the California, one in New York. They never used it. And they were all filled with ventilators and all kinds of stuff for people with COVID. They never used it because it's all a political fucking lie.
Well, before COVID, hospitals' business model they're designed to be optimal at 100% capacity always. So that's a fallacious argument. Oh, it's 80%. They want 100%. I'm not saying this. That's the business model. That has nothing to do with fucking COVID. That has nothing to do with anything. That's GTO money.
Yeah, exactly. And I try and educate these. Here's the difference, okay? I saw a poll out the other day, and I think you might have seen the same poll. This should scare the fuck out of everyone. 61% of our youth under 25 said they would never date a Republican, right? But 5% of Republicans said they would date a Democrat. Wouldn't date. Only 5% said they wouldn't date a Democrat. See, that's the ideology, okay? Me, on my podcast, anybody on the left wants to come on here and debate me, we'll debate, okay? But most people on the left are so set in their ideology, they don't want to come on. They don't want to learn the truth. They believe, they want to always, their egos want to say to themselves, they're right. And that's the problem we have in the country today. I have a good friend. Anybody who listens to my show, I bring it up all the time. Her name is Ashley, right? She's on the left, okay? And we talk politics like 3 times a week, right? And I tell her, Ashley, but what about this, this, and this, right? And then we look it all up. We work together. We look it all up. And she says to me like 3 weeks ago, she goes, once I start showing her the truth, because she's like, this happened. I go, no, it didn't, Ashley. That's what they're saying, right? And then we look it up, and I end up being right 85% of the time. Now, 15% of the time I'm wrong, and then I'm like, okay, you were right, I was wrong, okay? And that's what's called dialogue. That's what we've always had in this country for 200 years is political dialogue. Now it's my way or the fucking highway, and that's why we're so divided. Okay, but that's the media pushing it. You know, like I was telling even the guy I met the other day when he was talking about the 87% filled. I said, you know, I told him the true stats or whatever. I said, listen, the biggest problem is the reason why we're so divided is people, he ended up talking with me, and I said, listen, everybody is way more closer than we are divided. Okay. We're just so much, everybody, like even me and my friend Ashley, she's on the far left, right? Well, she's not so far on the far left anymore. She might be red pilled within 3 months, but because I'm showing her the truth. And if you talk to people and they're open to see the truth and they just don't say, no, this is the way it is, you're fucking wrong, right? That's how you're going to be able to bring the country together. You see what I'm saying? Once everybody realizes that like everything on MSNBC, not 99%, 100% is all propaganda. Everything on CNN is 90% propaganda. 30% to 35% on Fox is propaganda. On ON and Newsmax, I would say 50 to 60% propaganda. See, I'm a realist, right? I'm not going to be like a MAGA person and just say, oh, everything on the right's the truth, everything on the left's a lie. No, there's a lot of propaganda on the right. But here's the difference, and this is what I tell people all the time. Both sides pushes like real world events, okay, for political gain, okay? So just like, I'll just give you an idea. Like, I watch Tucker every day, right? So he'll push immigration, border, okay? But what's going on at the border is the truth, okay? So they're pushing, okay, a propaganda, not really propaganda, but a issue going on in the world for political gain, okay? Same with vaccine mandates, same with all these dumb vaccines. Those are actually going on in the world, and they're pushing it on right-wing media for political gain. Now, you go to CNN or MSNBC, and they're pushing lies for political gain, AKA here's another thing. They talk about, it's the big lie. The election was stolen. For 3.5 years, all you heard was Russia, 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 Russia. And then the Mueller knew that Russia had nothing to do with it, but they wanted to wait till after the midterms so the Democrats would get in office, okay? And then they released the Mueller report, I think it was 2 weeks or 10 days after the midterms, and Trump was exonerated of ever having any connection with Russia and then they still pushed it around. Do you know to this day, 60% of Democrats believe Russia interfered in the election? You see the propaganda they pushed? And then there was...
More than that, dude. Yeah. More than that, dude, bro.
Oh, way more. I'm just pushing that as an example.
Yeah,
you can go there. You could go with the Covington kids. You could go with the George Floyd bullshit. You could go with police officers killing black people, right? And now, like the Kyle Rittenhouse. When that Kyle Rittenhouse thing happened, I saw the video. It was all over that it was self-defense. Anybody with a brain that saw the video knew it was self-defense. Then when the trial came up, it was the biggest sham trial by a prosecution in the history of this country. It was so obvious. And then you'll have sheep that come on here and they'll say, Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty. There's not, I promise you, I will fucking give, well, these people are so stupid, so I can't offer $1,000, but a free $100 to anybody that watches my podcast that could go back and watch the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. If one person, even one, could say that Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty, I'll give him $100, okay? And they'd have to explain to me why they could possibly think he's guilty. Because I watched the trial. I fucking literally recorded it every day I was at the World Series. I came home every day, watched an hour of it before I went to sleep. I'd get home at 2:30. I'd watch Tucker till 3:30, the fucking Rittenhouse trial till 4:30, go to bed at 6 a.m. approximately, woke up at 12:30, okay? It's an open and shut case. That's why he was acquitted on everything. But the left-wing media, for political gain, during the height of all the tensions, were calling him a white supremacist militant, okay? Rittenhouse, if you think the Covington kids made a lot of money, they made like $250 million. Rittenhouse is going to be the youngest billionaire in the history of our country, or one of the youngest billionaires, because what they did to him, how they defaced him was criminal. I mean, listen, I don't want to just keep talking politics. You know, we got maybe other people want to call in, but you know, it's you know what's going on. You're smart. The thing is here, I mean, this is the truth, right? At least 70 to 75% of the United States leans right, okay? They know it. They know Trump got 75 million votes. They know that fucking Biden got 40 million votes, okay? They know that that's why they have to let 2 million illegals in every year for 4 years, okay? That's a little over 8 million. And now they're giving 30 million amnesty to the 30 million illegals in the United States. And now they're going to, then they'll have a lead on voting rights against the fucking right. But why do you think the borders are wide open? You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen. They know the truth. There's no way the incompetence that they'd be letting 230,000 people across the border every fucking month that, you know, and 20% have COVID. And then they're spreading them around the country to all the red states for political gain. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what's going on. They don't give a fuck. Do you know that 44% of all women who cross that border illegally are sexually assaulted? I mean, 44%. Do you think the fucking government gives a fuck about that? No. It's all about political gain. Anyways, I got to go, man. Hey, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. Mike,
one thing, check out I don't know if you talked about this. I caught your show in the middle, but check out that Joe Rogan, Peter McCullough interview.
I already saw it. I already watched it. I've retweeted it like 6 times. Right?
Okay, yeah. I don't do social media, and I came late, so I didn't know. But yeah, that was fantastic.
You should see
and mind blowing.
If you follow me on Twitter, the 2-hour documentary on Bill Gates and his hand involved in the pandemic. I mean, this was all fucking planned for about 12 fucking years, or maybe even longer, you know. And they waited for the right time, and the right time was before the election of 2020 to make sure that Trump was out of office because he was a threat to every one of these fuckers. That's a fact. All right, my man. Take care.
Take it easy. Good luck, bro.
You got it. Yeah, I get a little bit too emotional when it comes to politics because I fucking study so much. I'm so educated. It's just a joke, you know. So who the fuck's texting me?
Your call has been...
He picked up and he hung up. Bump, 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 bump. You want some poker talk? Yeah. So I knew there's something I forgot about. So I've been playing my online game. Been doing pretty good. I was up 17,000 2 days ago. Then I picked up Kings, got him cracked. Queens, got him cracked. I love getting Kings cracked when you guy makes it, when there's a raise and the goofball 3-bets it to $6.99 and you 4-bet it to 1,900, right? And he just calls 1,900 with Jack 9 of spades. And the funny thing is this monkey always has like 9-10 suited in these spots. They come 9-9 queen. He checked. I just checked right back. Turn card comes 7. He bet like 700. I called. And the river card comes a 5, and he just bets 4,500. I thought about folding. I mean, but this guy bluffs a lot. I'm just thinking, well, the way I played it, by checking the flop, I got a call. And I called, and he showed me the Jack 9 of spades because that's what he does. I mean, this is the same fucking monkey that called a $4,000 4-bet with me, right, when I had 2 aces with 5-6 of spade. Now, if I was 40K deep, it's still a bad call, but at least I could justify it. I mean, I made it 4,000. He called 4,000. I had 13,000 behind, okay? The flop became 5 queen 9 with 2 spades, and we get it in. We run it twice, and he hit spade on both boards for a $34,000 pot. You know, this is the same monkey. He just keeps getting away with murder. Eventually, he's going to realize that when he puts in those 2 and 3 and 4,000 with fucking the suited connectors to 4-bets pre, and it comes deuce, deuce 5 for about 100 hands in a row, he won't have much money left. So, you know, people don't understand it's all about what the size of your stack is. And when you're not mathematically putting the right in, you're just kind of fucked. So I ended up winning 7,000 that day. I was up 17. I actually went from 17 winner to 1,700 loser, fought back to 7,200 winner and quit. And then yesterday I played and I won 6,000. I was quitting. It was actually the first time we were 9-handed in a long time. Most of the time it's been like 6-handed. And so it was probably 9-handed is so boring on the internet. It's such a grind once you're used to playing 5 and 6-handed. And so I was like 3,800 winner. And I said, this is my last hand, guys. I'm quitting. They said, okay, good night, good night. And guy raises under the gun 200. I had Jack Queen of diamonds. I call. And six of us take the flop, right? And the flop comes 9, 10, 5, right? I said, hang on before I leave, guys. I go, I might go broke this hand, right? I'm trying to get a free card on the flop when I talk. That's what I do. You know, I talk. I use talk to kind of manipulate people's decisions. And so it goes check, check, I check, and the guy who 3-bet pre-flop, he checks. A turn card rolls an 8. It's fucking literally 5, 8, 9, 10 on the board. And it goes check, check. And the original raiser, he bets 1,100. And now my dick starts to get hard. I get real kind of excited, and I just flat. And everybody else folds. And all I'm thinking to myself is, put a deuce, put a deuce, put a deuce. And the river card comes a queen, and he checks, and I bet like 1,100 into like 6,000. And he folded, and I asked him, I said, if I raised a turn, are you calling? He goes, no, he goes, I had 2 sevens. I was done with it. So he took a stab at it with 2 sevens. So I won the max. So that was a hand. So I went from 30, I ended up winning like 2,800 that last hand to win like 6,400 yesterday. So I plan on going back into playing tonight. I didn't take any Adderall yesterday. I need to keep it in my system, or then I get all whacked out. If I'm going to play poker, at least. Either that or take a month off and get it all out of my system. One of the two. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike. Yo,
Hi, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you? Who's this?
This is Tony. How are you?
Good, Tony. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound different on the phone.
Yeah. I'm the same. Make sure your volume's down on the show. So maybe you're getting some.
How you doing? Thank you for answering my call. Actually, I have a friend beside me. He's the one making me call. He actually tuned me into your channel.
Yeah.
I just came in from playing. I'm just nice to hear you. Nice to hear you doing well. That's good. I have a question for you. We always joke around during the series and stuff. I play all the time. I'm just wondering your opinion. All the regulars, like WPT winners, all the bracelet winners, they seem to all hang out together. I don't know if you noticed that. I mean, you've been around a long time. Obviously, you're friends with Phil and all these guys. Yeah. I'm just wondering, is there a story behind that, or is it just because money sticks to money? Or...
Okay, so, so I think it works for all the groups, the old school, new school, whatever. So back in when I came up in 96 and I turned pro in November, it was 25 years ago, November 26, 1996. So basically a month ago was my 25th anniversary of playing pro. But I came up and I was somewhat successful. And when I came up with me, Daniel, Alan Cunningham, John Jawanda, David Chu. So all of us kind of came up at the same time. So we were all the best players, and everybody knew who the best players were. And when you're good players back in the day, you kind of stayed out of each other's way, and you went after the other people. So we would all go to dinner. How much you win tonight, whatever. And listen, sometimes three of us would play in the same game, and there would be 9 of us, and so we kind of knew how we all did. And then we'd go to dinner, and we just all became real friendly. And that's kind of like what's gone on. Even in new school, the only difference is now instead of them playing poker and then going and doing things together, they play poker and then they go back to their houses and they study charts and graphs and for 10 hours a day, and then they want to tell you how great they are. The only difference is there's like probably 5% of, I'm not even, that's high. Between 1% and 3% of people that are really good online become really good live tournament and cash game players. I mean, there's just not many. You know what I mean? It's just big adjustment. See what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm with you, Mike. Yeah. I'm just wondering because like even during lunch breaks, you see like WPT winners. You see them hang out. I know there's groups of they all buy pieces.
I don't.
Around a long time.
See, I don't know because I'm not a WPT winner. So I mean, I only made I only made fucking 6 final tables, and I got fucked in every one, or 5, something like that. I got a second, a third, a fourth, a sixth, a fifth, a fucking.
Your chance was before, Mike, when it was now all these wizards. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I didn't play I didn't play one no limit hold'em tournament except for the main event for 7 years. Phil Hellmuth kept telling me, Mike, you're still better than all of them. I told him I don't think so.
But
I
Phil
jumped.
gets a lot of people.
I don't know. I jumped in the 2017 LAPC. Okay, I finished 27th, and if this fucking monkey didn't play as bad as you could fucking play, and flop a set on me, I mean, I had a shot to win that. I had plenty of chips. I was playing great. I went right to Bay 101 against all the fucking wizards. I finished right at the beginning of the pandemic. I finished 14th there. Okay. I mean, look at all the chances I had to win at the World Series this year. I mean, I made 3 final tables, 7 final 2 tables, 11 cashes in 23 events. You know, so I just don't think. Yes, is there a lot better no limit hold'em players? Yes. Okay, but I'm still able to look at them and know when they have it and when they don't 90% of the time.
But Mike, this was the softest World Series in the last decade, no? You don't
What,
think so?
the final table?
No.
Are you kidding?
The whole series.
This was the hardest World Series, toughest World Series I ever played against. There was no regs. Everybody out there, everybody who played the 10K mixed, all 100 players to 150
Maybe
players.
The 10K.
Well, that's all I played.
Everything up to 5K.
Yeah.
Everything up to 5K, it was soft.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play any small. I played one small one, 2 small ones. I played a 3K PLO, and you say it was soft, but with 8 people to go, 6 of them were 6 of the top 15 PLO players in the world, and in the one I'm like probably the best PLO 8 player there is. I finished 24th.
It's good to be humble, Mike.
No, but I am humble. But that's the only. I mean, I'm just that good in PLO 8 and any 08. You know what I mean? Now, listen, this is how you know. At the World Series back in the day, all right, the best players were at the final tables of all the no limits. Okay, it's just the way it was. Okay, in Omaha 8 or better, in 20 years, I missed this year. I bubbled the tournament, but in 11 out of 20 years, I final tabled the 10K 08. 11 out of 20 years, okay? That's over 50% of the time I play it, I final table it, you know? Every year of the last 12 years, there's 4 08 tournaments a year. I final tabled 1 in the last 11 years, except this year, where I finished at the final 3 tables of 2 of them. 1 of them I had to miss because I was in the 25K horse, and then the other one, the 10K PLO 8, which I was coming off the heels of playing 3 straight days in the 1500 08, and I just couldn't. I drew a really bad table, couldn't get anything going, and I raised pre ace 3 4 queen, and the flop came jack 5 deuce, and I was up against the guy who called a raise with deuce deuce 3 jack, and he puts it in on the flop, which is horrible because if a low card comes off, he could only get half anyways. So I had a complete wrap, plus I had 21 outs twice for at least half the pot, and had I think it was 16 scoop cards twice. So, I got it in good, but I'm so good at that game. Maybe I probably shouldn't have put it in 60%. I could wait for much better spots. So I was a little bit down on myself for that, but it's
yeah, I'm surprised you say this was the toughest series, actually, because my buddy's playing the mixed game.
I mean, it was the best I had ever played. Okay, it's not the second best I'd ever played in 25 years, but every table I drew, I never drew a soft table. Even the first 3 days of the main event, I drew the toughest tables. I knew 5 people by first name on day 1 table, 3 people by fucking first name on day 2 table, and 3 people by first name on day 3 table.
But all you have to do is say you feel uncomfortable, Mike.
No.
Somebody, remember, makes you feel uncomfortable, and then they switch tables for you.
No, you don't.
Isn't what happened?
You don't ever get to switch tables. Sorry. No. Only only Daniel and Phil get to switch tables if they don't like their table. Come on.
No,
man.
you remember that girl? She did it. She said that something happened and she doesn't feel comfortable.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you sit down and you register, right, and you go to your table and you see you have a terrible table draw, you can literally unregister 1 time every World Series and re-register.
Yeah, but that's absurd.
Yeah, I know. Once, but they only let you do it once. So.
No, I know, but still, you know what I mean? You don't think there's favoritism? That was actually my next question. You don't think there's favoritism at the World Series, like on all the rulings and all the decision making? You don't think the regulars get treated differently than average Joes like myself?
No, I don't know.
You don't think so, Mike?
No, I agree.
No, you didn't hear his question.
Don't you guys have your own exit? Your
Wait,
own
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was typing. Can you repeat that question again? I apologize.
I said you know yourself that all the regulars get treated completely different. You know what I mean? All the VIPs get treated completely different.
I disagree with that. I think Phil gets away with a lot more than anybody else could get away with. But I mean, they used to fucking treat me like a somebody. Now I'm just like another fucking sheep in the fucking in a pack of wolves. I don't know. No, listen. They did something for me. I forgot what it was, but I'm like, oh, good. I still have a little bit of clout around here. I forgot what it was. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, but even the decisions, any arguments, any.
Oh no, they don't. They're honestly, when it comes to a ruling or decision, they don't take into factor who it is. They're very. They're not going to give somebody a unfair ruling. They have certain rules. They just go by it. You know. But there is a lot of floor people that'll make a ruling that's wrong because they don't know the rules. Okay, that happens a lot. And then I'll get in a fight with them and say, dude, that's a terrible ruling. I guarantee you how much you want to bet that the ruling you made is wrong. Call somebody else over here because you're 100% wrong. And then they'll call somebody else over and then they'll realize they're 100% wrong and then they have to apologize. But that happens once in a while, but they don't do it on purpose. You know?
You think so? Eh? Wow, you're giving them a lot more credit than I thought.
No, I mean, listen, there's just...
Maybe you're just scared in the future to get a ruling against you.
No. They always rule against me. They give me a fucking penalty. They call me fucking... Oh, please. No, I don't think so. You know?
You don't play any circuit events. I've never seen you on the circuit.
I don't play tournaments, man. You know what they call tournaments? They're called donkaments for a reason. Tournament poker...
Bingo. We like to call them bingo.
Tournament poker are for people who don't know how to play poker. Okay? Okay, give me every fucking top tournament player in the world, and please let them play in a cash game with me. That's all. Just give me them all. Give me them all.
No, but there is good players.
Of course there is. There's a lot of good players, but I'll still take my chances with all the tournament superstars because tournament poker and cash are so different. You know what I mean? They're just different. And it's like Jared Blesnick said, who finished 5th in the 50K PLO. He says, after he did his interview, right? He goes, you, Daniel, Phil, you guys don't just get there every tournament because you're better than everybody in half of these events. You guys get there because you understand tournament poker, okay? Where these guys don't. And he was showing about, you know, all the people that were left in the 50K at the final table of whoever was left. And like 3 of them were top PLO cash game players. But they all 3 went out like 5th, 4th, and 3rd. Or because they don't know how to play tournaments, they don't know the value of chips. Where in cash games, they just call or 3-bet hands that you're in cash games you could get away with. But tournaments, you need to be patient. You need to pick your spots. It's a whole different game, and so it's just so important to make that adjustment. You know, I don't play tournaments, but I'm great at tournaments. I play the World Series of Poker. I used to play the LAPC, but the Commerce is history now, so I don't even know if they'll even have that anymore. And I play the Bay 101, and that's it. So I play 25 tournaments a year, maybe 5 online, so a total of 30, where all these people, all the 100 to 150 that I was playing the 10K, all the mixed games with, they play 50 fucking tournaments a week. A fucking week. They play like 10 a day online. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that Phil only plays the World Series also, right? And maybe 2 other tournaments. The fact that, and even Daniel plays like 10 high rollers a year, maybe 15, and then the World Series. You know, there's a reason why that people like us that don't play tournaments are always got a shot to win these, you know? And they're tough to win. Daniel plays 3 times as many tournaments as I do every World Series. Like, I played 23 this year. He played 57. Okay, so a little less than 3. Okay, and I won the last bracelet was 2013 in Vegas. Daniel's was in 2012. But Daniel's got 10 second places since then. They're not easy to win. I've probably made, since 2013, I probably made 30 fucking final tables. But I fucking keep getting unlucky in these fucking things with whether it's with 2
luck to close them out.
No matter who you are, okay? I don't care if you're not lucky, you're never winning unless you get to the final table and no limit with a 10-1 chip lead like Adamo did. You know what I'm saying? But if the chips are fucking relatively even or close to even in all tournaments, whoever catches the cards is going to win. Except for Phil in the dealer's choice against Adam, because Phil caught all the cards. He won 33 pots. I won 3 and finished 5th. Okay? Phil had 4.6 million of the 5.8 in play to Adam, and he fucking gave it away. He fucking he gave away $700,000 on an unnecessary bluff. You know, all he had to do is pick no limit hold'em and play his normal small ball strategy, and he would have and he would have won bracelet number 17. You know, so but Phil made the most cards of anybody at that final table. Phil made the most hands of anybody at the 50K PLO final table. You know, the only difference was you get the structure had caught up to him, and it basically was whoever got lucky, and head up lasted one hand. So, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, so
he's your good buddy, right? You and Phil.
Phil's probably my best friend.
From like 90s.
Yeah,
you're always in the background.
Yeah, my best friend's is a guy named Ben, but Phil's my second best friend. I talk to Phil on the phone an hour a day, every day, 6 days a week at least. You know, so yeah, you know, we talk a lot. We've talked hundreds of hours of poker. I mean, Phil made 7 final tables in 7 different games, and you know, he went on record and said it's because of me. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, Phil wants to go down as the greatest poker player of all time. I don't give a fuck about who's better than who. But I told him, if you want to be the best player ever, you better fucking learn mixed games, because you're not winning bracelets and no limit hold'em anymore. And he gets mad when I say that, but it's just, it's not because Phil doesn't have the talent. It's that Phil doesn't want to put the time in to understand what some of the new school people are doing. So they're just not easy to win. So he had to learn mixed games, and 7 final tables in 7 different events. It's pretty impressive. He's finally now got a bracelet.
He had a really good series. As much as like him or hate him,
he had a
really good series.
The thing is our series were almost the same. The only difference is he made hands with 2 tables and 1 table to go. I would be in top 3 in chips with 2 tables to go, and I'd go 4 hours, never win a pot. You know what I mean? And you got to understand, like in these limit events, you can't bluff in limit events. You can make some bluffs, but like you gotta make hands.
No, for sure.
And
you always have to make hands at the end. Right?
Yeah, even in the PLO, you got to make hands.
One more question, Mike.
Go ahead.
Because I'm sure people are trying to get through. Let me ask you one more question. I'm just curious because this was somebody else asked me, and then he just texted me. I guess he's listening. I don't know. He wants me to ask, what happened to that the guy from Fulfilled, Howard Letter?
He used to be one of my closest friends. I haven't talked to him now in.
No, I know, but is he U.S.? Is he out of the country?
Oh, he's living here. I haven't talked to him since 2018.
But I mean, I know he made all the money. I know he has piles of money.
No, I mean he says he told me that he only had $3 million. I don't believe him. Right. Whatever.
Mikey, we don't need to count other people's money. It's a bad.
Listen,
you know what I mean? It's a bad thing to do.
I don't give a fuck. Why? They fucking stole millions from me. Why shouldn't I? Okay? They fucked me. They've destroyed my life. Him, Ray Batar.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. They destroyed my life. So, I mean, it was always about all of them.
Well, everybody knows they took off with the money, right?
Yeah. All I know is Ray Batar cried poverty. He got sentenced to 2 years in jail. He got an attorney to say that he has a heart condition, that he would die in jail, and a doctor, and he got house arrest. And he's a big, fat, ugly fucking slob that married a supermodel in a $3 million wedding. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. Okay? They're all a bunch of lying,
look at fucking
scamming.
Ferguson. You see him? He looks like a fucking. You see his wife when she was railing him, or his girlfriend railing. It's like Beauty and the Beast times 10. I was watching it. Jesus.
Yeah, well, Ferguson is a good guy, but his personality is he's very, very
hold on
dry.
a second. But he took the money too.
Nah, I don't think so. I really kind of stick on Chris's side. He's guilty of letting a bunch of fucking idiots run his company. Okay, he was the biggest shareholder. And yeah, they would call him, you know, if there was a big decision.
I thought Lederer was the biggest shareholder.
No, the biggest shareholder was Ferguson by over 2-1.
So and he's even more guilty.
No.
You just sentenced them to even
Listen,
worse.
all Chris wanted to do was play poker, and he left everything in charge to Ray and Howard. And you know,
who took the money then, Mike?
I told you who took the money. Fucking Ray Bitar. I said it. I told you that. Ray Bitar took all the money. He stole like $540 million. The fucking processing people. This one guy stole $100 million. And this is how stupid Full Tilt is, or they'd still be open. They were so upset about the guy that stole the $100 million that you can't make this up. They literally went to the FBI to have this guy arrested. And the guy literally, when they arrested him, literally told the FBI how they've been getting the payment processors to get payments. Right. So they dropped all charges against him. The guy got to keep the money, and they fucking put everybody out. Like, if you're doing something that's illegal, why would you call the police to arrest the guy that stole $100 million? Okay? When
the drug dealer sold you bad drugs.
Right. When the company was making $2.5 million a day, okay, you write the $100 million off, and you just go about your business. You know what I'm saying? But call the police to arrest the guy that was processing of shit you were doing illegally? Oh my God! Don't get me started. I got to go, my man. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mikey. I'll see you. Listen, thank you for your time, Mike.
You're welcome, my man.
Buddy.
You got it. All right. That's what time is it? We've been at this for 2 hours and 10 minutes. They'll just have to tune back in next week. We'll run a show next Friday, and we'll get a guest. You know who I'm going to get? I know who I'm going to get, and I got 3 people in mind of a desk. So we're gonna lock this up for today. Good podcast, man. One more thing, if you haven't joined my home game yet, email mouthpoker@yahoo.com. Mouthpoker@yahoo.com. 12PLO, 12 no limit every day. I usually play an hour a day if I can. $250 in chips for 200. Mouthpoker@yahoo.com. I'll see you all next Friday on the Mouthpiece.
The Mouthpiece.